Hi, I'm Dionne. Welcome to my studio. I'm going to be talking you through how to make a Tutankhamun inspired mask today. So, looking at our exhibition from the Bodleian Library, we are going to be looking at these pages here as a kind of starting point to give us ideas. So, looking at the mask that's in the exhibition itself, to be thinking of ideas for all the amazing shapes and patterns that are on the mask, to think of your own mask and what you would design for you. So these are going to be quite sculptural, so by that I mean quite 3D with lots and lots of shapes built on top of one another. So we're going to start off with a template. So this is just your starting point for you to then think of lots of brilliant ideas from. So this is your template. And you will see there's lots of different versions of this, so you can pick the shape that you're most interested in. And if you don't have one of these pre-made templates, then have a look at these images here for some ideas on how you might like to cut some cardboard into a shape. So they're just really nice curved shapes with lots of lovely angular patterns over the top. So yeah, if you haven't got one of these pre-cut, then do look at these to maybe freeze the video and copy one of the designs behind me here. So there are some cut cardboard shapes, and what I'm going to get you to do is to use smaller bits of cardboard to start building up a bit of a design. So I'm going to get you to use the cardboard that's slightly smaller to cut into shapes. So what's really nice about cardboard is that you can actually do lots of interesting things with it. So you can peel it, and quite often it has this really nice relief shape underneath. So I'm just going to show you how I might like to start my design. So I'm going to start by popping it in some PVA, and I'm going to build up some shapes similar to this pattern here to go around my mask template. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to think about what colours to use. So quite often these masks have quite a limited palette, so that means just literally limiting your colours. So I think I might, in my design, use gold and blue for my mask. So I'm just going to slowly start building up my relief shapes around my mask. And I might also like to introduce some shapes like this, and I'm going to glue them all down. And once I've done that and I've glued them all down and thought about what things I want to stand up, so relief, and what things I'd like to be flat, I'm then going to do a bit of a coat of white and gold paint that's going to kind of go over the whole thing. Because we're working on cardboard, it's a bit like painting onto wood or something like that. You'll find that the paint really just soaks into the cardboard on that first coat, which means some of the colours might appear quite dull. So it's quite nice to do once you've got all of your shapes built up, which I haven't quite yet, but I'm just showing you as a demonstration. I'm going to give that first layer, and you can see that paint is really soaking into the cardboard there. So I'm just going to do this nice first coat over the whole thing, and then once I've covered the whole of my mask template, I'm then going to wait for it to dry. But I'm not just going to sit and wait for it to dry. I'm going to have a think about what I could do on the mask once it's dried and I can start painting some detail on. So I'm going to draw around my mask template, and then while it's drying, I'm going to start sketching out some ideas onto the template itself. So I'm going to think about what might work quite well once I've got it all painted and it's all dry. I'm then going to start drawing some of those lovely patterns over the top, and I'm going to plan in some of my colours as well and what might work well on my mask. So once you do have a nice dried mask with that lovely base coat, you can then start building in your colours over the top. So as I said, keep it quite simple, so try to stick to maybe 2 or 3 colours at the most, and you can start working those in once your template is nice and dry, so that you have a nice bold finished mask by the end of it. So it would be almost like a sculpture and a piece of artwork in itself.